And good morning, it's your friendly neighborhood Tironan, and today we're going to be talking patch 2.02. And let's give credit where credit is due. This is thanks to read a status report live, who is the wife of Jingles, for those who don't know. The status upgrade is for World of Warplanes is going to enlarge the pool of bombers for the Germans. And then is going to continue to have going to continue the line of the multi-role fighters for the British. In addition, there's going to be improvements in the graphics and the interface in the hangar, and in battles, improvements in the reticle and the camera. So those are all going to be very welcome additions. Um, And you're going to be able to watch videos in the game client, which is going to allow players to learn the basics of the game, which is very much needed. Okay, there's also going to be the Skies of Albion event, which is going to start will start and continue until January 20th, and I believe this is going to start on December 20th, if I remember right. Yeah, that's what I hear anyway. Okay. As for the new planes, it will be for the bombers is going to be um, let's see here. There's going to be the DO-17, the JU-88A, and the DO-217, and that will be tiers 4, 5, and 6 respectively. And I think they'll have to start a new branch for that. And then you are going to get the Hawker Hurricane at Tier 4, the Hawker Hurricane Tier 2 at Tier 5, and the Hawker Tornado at Tier 7. Now, I will tell you that the DO-17, the JU-88, and the DO-217 were all in productions, as were the Hawker Hurricane and Hawker Hurricane 2. The Hawker Tornado was an aircraft that preceded the development, or actually was a sideline to the Hawker Typhoon, and it depended on an engine called the Vulture, by the same people who made the Merlin engine. And it was canceled because it just flat didn't work. And so a parallel track was an aircraft called the Typhoon with the Napier Sabre engine. It had its own share of problems, but it went into production as the Typhoon, and then was further upgraded into the Tempest. So this is a good line to have. These were very important aircraft to both sides of the conflict. And the Typhoon and the Tempest were very important ground attack aircraft for Britain throughout the war. So one of the versions of the Hawker Hurricane, as a matter of fact, carried two 40-millimeter anti-tank guns. So quite a bit of variance in there. Should be a very interesting upgrade. Another thing is that they will be getting the Skies of Albion, which will be essentially, as I understand it, the Battle of Britain. You have to pick a side a night, as I understand, and you won't be able to switch. So you pick Axis or Ally as you desire, and that's the side you're going to fight on. And it's supposed to be a worldwide event from what they're going to say. Now understand this is all work in progress, and I am working from a secondary source, not from World of Warplanes itself. As with anything that is not actually out yet, you have to take this with a grain or two of salt. All right, things do change. I do not want to be flat-footed by changes, and I want to prepare my viewers for the fact that this is, in fact, going to be These are all proposed but not in production. And so be prepared and don't be disappointed for change if they happen. All right, I've seen, as many of you know, I did not come into this game until very shortly after 2.0 went into production. Um, and as such, I am uncertain. I can't tell you how many times I've seen ships that were touted as having this and having that, and Notzer, iChase, and the various content providers over there reviewing the ship and waxing eloquent and about them and their capabilities and how the changes would be affect gameplay. And there's a work in progress on every one of them. Please don't get me wrong. And then to find out there were some very different changes, and some of them were howling with dismay. The Graf Zeppelin incident was particularly ugly. German destroyers came out as the first destroyers where if you fired your guns, everyone could see you from the moment you fired your guns out to the maximum range of those guns, which was greeted with great howls of dismay and so forth and so on. So I want to prepare my viewers. Please understand these are proposed. It's not out yet. I haven't seen anything to make it certain, and there may be changes. All right, let's move on. In the skies of Albion, they are saying they're going to have loot crates. For those of you who are World of Warship players, you're very familiar with loot crates. They're going to have that here, and they may institute it on in World of Warplanes. I have no idea if that will become a permanent feature or not. I understand that last year about this time that they did this, and that was, but it wouldn't carry on through the games because I don't see loot crates right now. So I don't know how that's going to turn out, but it's a possibility. It would be a nice possibility if it happens. Additional aircraft, of course, are always welcome, especially for content providers like me who want to constantly be showing new aircraft and playing new aircraft and showing them to our viewers, right? So it should be a lovely thing for all of us. All right, so that will wrap it up. Please remember that this is to like the video if you do like it. Subscribe if you would, please. I am a new content provider, and I need all the help I can get. So I do thank you again, and I hope to see you tomorrow. This is an immediate release so that we can get this news out to my viewers. You have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.